Greetings and welcome to Dungeon World 2 Alpha Solo Test Run thing. G'day, I'm Blake. Just going to give this a go. All right, so yep, Dungeon World 2. So I think it's been at least 10 years since the original Dungeon World 1, which I've played and run. Great fun. And we're just going to take the new edition in development for a bit of a spin. All right, let's get that off the screen and put the character up. Wrong one. Bam, that's better. Okay, so there's, bard, fighter, cleric, wizard, rogue. I'm going with the cleric, and I've made up a lizard folk cleric because I love lizard folk. So we have Duncan McKinley, cleric of knowledge, follower or worshipper of the Lady of Fate. So it's got the fate and knowledge domains they've selected from the cleric playbook. So, ancestry is lizard folk with green scales and many teeth. Culture, they're semi-nomadic swamp dwellers, so every season they'll move to a new sort of village area and hunt it, and mostly living on fish and stuff, I guess, but that's cool. They're all happy. Background is helping his village. Just generally did odd jobs helping the elders of the village, and then they're like, well, you're very devoted. We're going to make you a cleric and train you up. Cha-ching! And off he goes. But he's often had visions of strange things that come to pass that are relevant to the Lady of Fate. And in this case, he's going to head off. All right, let's slow down a bit. So his attributes are forceful 2, sly 1, astute 0, intuitive +1, and compelling -1. So he's not very persuasive, which is probably why he's going on his own. But he's strong. He figures he can take it. And he's astute 0, so he wasn't smart enough to talk himself out of it. So he's had some visions of some relic in the ruins, and he's got a trek there on his own, see how he goes. He's got an innocuous staff, a prized hide coat, and a blessed amulet, or blessed amulet. Okay, so it's going to head off. What are we doing first? Make camp. Where is... So make camp. Don't have to roll anything, I don't think. No. Yeah. So he's making camp. They're discussing things. People would normally treat each other's injuries, but he's on his own, so he's just setting up a campsite sort of between the swamp and the woods. As always, I've started the game without getting my dice ready. All right. Going to be a bit hard to see by candlelight, but still. All right, we'll get an odd looking one just in case I do advantage or disadvantage. So it's still PBTA or Powered by the Apocalypse. So you have 10+ for success, 7 to 9 for mixed results, which is either no but or yes but, and 6 is generally a miss or a fail. So he doesn't need to roll for make camp. He just sets up a campsite. Got so many things open. Keep watch in the woods. Well, it's only him, so no one else is doing it for him. He'll do it for as long as he can before he nods off to sleep. Let's play that up because I'm getting old and I can't see everything. He's on his own, so it's definitely him. Who's watching for danger? Duncan McKinley is. Okay, he can roll plus astute, which he's got nothing in. No modifier, positive or negative. Let's roll. Ooh, 7. So, on 7 to 9, choose one. Alert others. Well, there's no one else, so he's not going to spend affinity to alert someone that isn't there. Confront it. Hang on. Get the drop on it at a nearby location of choice, or watch it carefully. Okay. So ask the GM 2 questions. Well, that's me in this case. How big is it, and is there more than one? And the answer is human size, and there's 3 of them, we would say. And they stink of rotting flesh. So, watch 3 heading for this area. So there's 3 zombies coming in due to his mixed result. So, but he can. Pardon me. Okay, so they don't know. The monsters don't know he's there yet. So he's going to try and slip away because he's a bit on the stealthy side, old Duncan. He's got +1 sly. Let's have a go. 9 + 1 is 10. Bam. 10 plus. You cleanly evade without notice. Sweet. So far, so good for Duncan. Yeah, snuck away. No residual ongoing effects or whatever. So he knows there's some zombies in the area, but he managed to get away. So good luck to him. Okay. Then he's going to keep going through the swamp towards the forest and comes across a flooded river. And we'll say, okay, he could swim across. He could cut down some vines and try and swing across. He's feeling a bit Tarzan-y, old Duncan here. He's gonna roll the Astute, I think, and try and cut some vines and swing across rightly and keep all of his stuff dry. Make sure it's all good. Doesn't want to get his food wet. So so this will be navigate peril. And he's rolling with Astute. And I got 7, so that's just 7. Okay. Yeah, so he's chosen some vines, hacked them down, made sure they're long enough, goes to cut across. You overcome across, but one of you suffers harm. Well, there's only him, so that's the danger in adventuring on your own. You have to live with all the faults, and there's no one there to help you. All the flaws. So he suffers harm. I'm thinking, what have we got here? Angry? Yeah, let's say Duncan's got a bit of a temper and he's angry because the vines were too long, and although he does manage to swing across, his bottom half gets wet, which is where the food pouches were. So he's very angry at taking all his wet clothes of the bottom half of him off, and he's got disadvantage to Astute from then on. But he's across the river. And he'll have to dry his stuff out on the rocks, and he's why are you testing me this way, Lady of Fate, shaking his fists at the clouds. But here's a problem. Let's get rid of some of this stuff on the screen here. Okay. So far, so not too bad. Could have gone pretty sideways against the zombies, but didn't. So he's going to, while his stuff's drying out, he's going to kneel down and pray and sort of hold his staff and just sort of try and center his thoughts. He's going to try and invoke him because he's got his gear back on. He's trekked through the woods a bit more, and he can see the ruins ahead, but there's a lot of ruins. It looks like the corner of a ruined city. There could be 200 buildings here. It's going to take a long time. So he's like, well, I need a bit of direction, a bit of a mystical compass, you might say. He's going to pray for guidance, invoke a miracle to look. So hopefully Lady of Fate will help him out. Hopefully. And cleric. So invoke a miracle. It doesn't have any distance yet because he's just starting. Roll plus intuitive. What did he have? 1. Okay, cool. So praying, see how he goes here. 7. good range of results so far. So 8 plus intuition. And he gets a warm fuzzy. It's over towards the northwest. But it's strange your connection with your deity. So he gets a cold prickly down his back. He knows he's pushing his luck with the Lady of Fate. So it's like she's given him this, but he's got to deliver the goods later. Put the effort in because, yeah, she doesn't help people that don't put the effort in. So, all right. So where's my ongoing notes? So, can't talk for peanuts today. Lady of Fate. Something in northwest of ruins. Now, obviously, with a party, there'd be more interaction and more chatting and helping each other more, but this guy's on his own. So it's all going a bit quicker. And we're just doing a test run to see how the rules sort of flow on that. And yeah. So you get to the northwest quadrant of the, 200 bits of ruin sticking out of the ground, which are covered in vines and leaves and various wild animals prowling around because it's in the woods. So, and then we're going to do unearth secrets. He's going to search the area. Don't need to take a screenshot. That's the wrong one. Unearth secrets. When you closely examine the area, yep, so he's having a good old look around. Hang on, this is astute, and he's got disadvantage because he's still a bit angry from all his gears wet. Although he's taken it off and shaken it and tried to wring the water out, he's still pretty sopping wet. And hasn't had his Wheaties, and he's not super happy. But all right, so now we roll unearth secrets, and with the disadvantage, we take the lowest the lowest 2 of the 3, get rid of the nice 6, and that gives us 7. 7 for unearth secrets is choose one about your discovery. It, or in the process of finding it, makes you mark a condition. Okay, I'm not going to bother with affinity for this one, pardon me, because he's on his own. What's the point? It puts you at immediate risk. I can't really justify the zombies coming back. That's too far away. But yes, I will say he takes another condition when he finds it. How would that work? I could take maimed and say he's sort of reaching his arm in something and something cuts his arm to bits while he's unlocking a lever, but that's a bit harsh. Deprived kind of makes more sense while he's figuring out like a puzzle to unlock the wall that reveals this artifact. And then he goes to eat something and then goes, oh, my food wasn't just wet, it was absolutely ruined. So he's now deprived. So he's lost all of his rations. So that's one way we can go. Or we can go with the, you stick your arm in and get your hand cut off side of it for maimed. It's obviously not good, again, because he's on his own. So, yeah, but in this case, we'll go with the deprived, and he's lost his rations. But I can't talk for peanuts today. Lost rations, but found artifact in ruins. Okay. It's much easier to see there. Right. So, he's angry. He's lost his food, but he's on his own, and he's not dead, unless you want to talk silver linings. There's no immediate threat to him, but he is on his own, days from home. Yeah, that's going all right. It's still got the usual sort of range of results that PBTA has, and still flows. It's definitely fantasy genre. It's good. I like it. It's different. You got kind of conditioned instead of harm, and he's already got 2, so yeah, he'd be in trouble. Well, he's starting to regret some of his decisions, but yeah, it's going well. All right. Okay.